Well, 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 well. That's five wells. I'm back today with the market shenanigans, weekly batch analysis. What do we have today? I think we have something like week four, week five. Let me check it out. All right, week six. Wow, already week six. That's crazy, man. Time flies. Anyway, I got five trades here. Some of them I didn't take, of course. Some of them I did, but overall should be a good time. So let's hide all of this, of course. All right, and let's get into it, I guess. So, go to my trading journal, week six over here, and let's start with Monday. Actually, let's start with what went good and what went bad last week. So, what went well, I was getting used to the new E rules, especially the horizontal and diagonal. That's the new rules. Of course, there was something with wickiness as well, I believe, and candle breakouts, candle closes. So, yeah, I'm really getting used to that. I was patient, and overall, my execution was good. And one time I didn't reduce risk when I was supposed to. That was the only mistake, I guess. So overall, my results were pretty nice, plus 5.67. Had I traded perfectly, it would be plus 8. So yeah, I would have caught an additional win or something. I'm not quite sure why that is, but yeah, that's nice. And the week before that, I traded an overextended market over here. Yeah, I addressed this. I think this was kind of okay. This wasn't like the worst mistake. It was all right. Gray area at worst. And I traded an E that didn't meet all the rules. Yeah, I see what I'm saying here. It's regarding the reaccumulation and whatnot. Yeah, something that I'm still not 100% sure about. But overall, these mistakes are getting better and better, I would say. So, let's get into Monday. We have some news at 4 p.m. I'm missing the alarms here. Okay, weird. Anyway, I was only watching Bitcoin, and I'm saying here, think this might be a no trade week from the very beginning. I see. So everything looks pretty much crap on Monday, I guess, and I'm a little bit pessimistic here. So yeah, no trades. Tuesday, only news that are somewhat important are the USD news. Who cares about AUD? But yeah, here I have quite a lot of stuff on the context, so let's check it out. So GBP USD here, GU, looks like this was a weekly reaccumulation and now it's breaking out, pulling back into the rising 1020. So if something build up, I would be willing to take it. Makes sense. Bitcoin, I've been waiting for Bitcoin shorts for a while. Here on the weekly, as it dropped down, I was literally waiting for some supply demand equilibrium, aka some sideways. And as it would break down lower, I would start following short. If it broke out higher, from the stage one, I would follow long. It was a decision point. So as it broke down, I was supposed to watch short, definitely. Same with Ethereum, although Ethereum is not as clear, I would say, but it has been the case that Ethereum is almost always weaker than Bitcoin. So I was looking for that as well. Here, JER30. So yeah, on the weekly, we broke out of this big stage one and now pulled back into the rising 1020. By no means is this ready, like it needs to break out of this stage one here, but if that was happening on the given day, I would probably follow it. Although I would probably feel much better if there was a daily breakout candle already. So probably wouldn't take this trade anyway. UK 100, yes, very, very strong market. Just went sideways for a couple of days, maybe weeks, and broke out higher. Definitely a market to follow. And lastly, similar stuff, JPN 225, going sideways and just about breaking out in a strong weekly trend. So yeah, those were all the things that I was watching, but nothing set up on this given day. Cool. Let's go to Wednesday. Some news, got my alarms and everything. This day, so I started to be even more picky with these context thingies. I'm literally only going to put the context of the things that I am going to look to trade, so to say. So if it looks like it needs another daily candle or something. I'm not going to put it here. But yeah, here UK 100 looks very much ready. I mean, this is something that I want to trade. Same with JPN 225. This is also something that looks ready to be traded. So UK 100 looks decent, and I also added BTC shorts to the mix. And here I have two trades actually. So let's check them out. That's on UK 100. So we already like went over the context, right? Something that I do want to trade. So here we are on the 60. What do we have? We have a strong breakout over here from some kind of stage one that pulls back, creates a stage one here, breaks out into new highs, and is going pretty strongly. So on the 6 minute, we have the initial breakout that starts reaccumulating, and then it breaks out again for an MMB2 here. This was MMB1, this is MMB2. Most definitely an area that I'm looking to trade. And here we are on the 1 minute UK 100. I'm definitely going to trade on the 1 minute, not the 10 second, because of spread and all that. So what do we have here? Big strong breakout, right? Very strong stage two, very clear. And here it starts pulling back in a wavy pullback. I can draw my diagonal very nicely. I can also draw my horizontal very nicely. Here it breaks out, pulls back into the rising 1020. Quite a nice MB over here, I would say, and I take this trade. I think this trade is amazing. On top of that, on the 10 second, I also have some kind of reaccumulation happening here on the lower time frame. So this meets all of my rules, and I think this is an absolutely amazing trade, and I'm very happy with it. So, oh shit, gonna call that perfect. Mm, are these L's? Oh, they are. They are. Okay, I see. So L. So that was a perfect trade, and let's see what I had to say about it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. So I got in with a limit for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but anyway, here it chops around a little bit, and this is not enough strength for me to break even just yet. But as it liquidates the floating supply, also with this nice candle, that's when I go risk free. And by some miracle, I checked it. It was like one tick away, but I do survive this, and it doesn't tap me out because, well, actually, yeah, it's just I was very very lucky. It's probably because of the limit. Because if I got in with a regular what's it called buy stop, I would probably suffer a little bit of slippage as well or whatnot, and I wouldn't get entered exactly where I want to. Would get entered a little bit higher, and because of that, it would tap me out over here. But luckily, that didn't happen, and it delivers to +5. So overall, I think this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. I would call this perfect. All right, and good to know this runs to 9.67 before it goes back, but yeah, who cares about that? All right, so that was trade one. Check it out over here. Yeah, +5. All right, and here I have another trade on the same day. So let's check out what was happening here. So on the 6 minute, right, this was where I took my trade, and that was MMB2. And now we have the third pullback on MMB3, which I am still valid to enter. And here on the 6 minute, I mean, it's probably very nicely visible on the 1 minute. Yes, it is. This wave can be very beautifully contained with this diagonal. There is a very clear horizontal here as well. Here it breaks out, and am I valid to buy stop this? Most definitely am, because some kind of lows got liquidated right on the lowest time frame. So this is technically a reaccumulation. So buy stopping this makes a lot of sense. It I could go as far as saying that this is a 6 minute entry and it's simply this. So yeah, this was definitely a perfect trade for me as well. I really like it. So let's see what happened on this trade. So it starts going my way. You can see that I got a little bit slipped here, not too much, just a little bit, so that's okay. So I reduced risk and I still have 0.15 R risk going. And as it goes quite a bit higher, I reduce risk completely because I'm thinking, hey, if this comes back, I don't want anything to do with it. And after some time, it does come back and taps me out for a break even. So overall, I would say beautiful, beautiful trade. Definitely perfect in my book. And that is it for Wednesday, was it? Wednesday. All right. Beautiful session. Stick to rules. Made some R. Nice. That's how it's supposed to be. Let's go to Thursday. Check it out. All right. Was only watching Bitcoin. What has changed? Bitcoin definitely on its way down. looked super bearish to me, and following shorts makes a lot of sense. And here I have two trades that I didn't take. So first I have a trade where I hesitated. So let's check it out. So here everything is inverted, right? Just making sure that's clear. So I'm going to treat this as a bullish market, even though it's a bearish market. So here we have some kind of momentum cycle, right? This was, okay, so if this is the stage one over here, this would be pullback one. I would say this is all part of it over here, and this is either it's pullback two or pullback three. So MMB three. Anyway, definitely viable for entries. Here we are on the 6 minute. We have a stage two that starts reaccumulating. Diagonal can be drawn, horizontal can be drawn, and now it breaks out, pulls back, creates a very, very nice MB over here, and that's what I look to trade. So here I am, and I actually remember this. I canceled. So I had a buy stop active right over here, and as it dumped lower, I canceled it. And well, it did technically create a higher low over here, so I don't see a reason to cancel it, really. I should have kept it open, but for some reason I canceled it. I don't quite know why. So what do I write here? Check it out. I canceled the sell stop as price broke lower, but perhaps there was no need for that. As long as a higher low is printed, the sell stop can stay. I guess so. And if I had entered, I would have reduced risk right here, and this would reach like 4R or something and come back to break even. So I didn't miss anything necessarily, but I think this was a perfect trade, and I think I should have taken it. What more? If I stick perfectly to my rule of the lowest time frame, the E micro having to reaccumulate, that is met over here. There is a reaccumulation, so this was most definitely a valid setup. So I think this was a perfect trade as well, and I should have taken it. So mistake that I didn't take. Yeah, kinda. By the way, these mistakes didn't take are like the least punishing mistakes, I would say. These are mistakes that I am somewhat okay with, because what's most important is that I only take trades that meet my rules. In other words, I need trades that have the tested EV. I need to pick out of a, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? Mm, Out of a sample that meets my rules. And if I take anything else, that's super bad. If I don't take a trade that meets the rules, well, that just means that my EV is going to manifest in a slower way, I would say. And it's also a bit unfortunate because I know that these trades, they take a lot of time for everything to set up, right? So not taking them is kind of shooting myself in the leg a little bit because, well, I'm just preventing myself from making money in a way, but at least I'm not making a mistake in terms of taking a trade I'm not supposed to. So I'm kind of all right with that, but hesitating, not too good. So I should have taken this, and I think it was a perfect trade. All right. So cool. And there was one more trade. Right, and that was also on Bitcoin, and I didn't take it. So let's check out what was going on. So here we are back on the 6 minute, right? Here was the initial trade that comes back, but that was MMB1. This is MMB2. So most definitely a valid area to look for a trade. Here it dumps quite a lot, so I'm not necessarily looking for anything. I just start drawing the diagonals a little bit, and here as it goes higher, lower, blah blah blah, I draw the diagonal, the horizontal, right? And yeah, here it breaks out and pulls back a little bit. So here as it pulls back, it doesn't meet my rule of the reaccumulation, right? There is no reaccumulation here. So let's see what I write here. I say that I didn't pay attention. Okay, bruh, I decided to do meditation and missed this. I see. But to be completely honest, it doesn't meet the react rule. And I guess I didn't note that down because I was a little bit frustrated because I thought I missed a trade. But actually, I probably didn't. This also runs to like 4R, 3.5, something like that. How much? 3.9, and then it comes back to break even. So these are two break evens that I missed, but actually there is no react here. So gotta gotta write that down here. No react. So not taking this trade, not the worst thing in the world. This wasn't really perfect. It was quite good, but it missed a tiny little bit of what I need to see, especially since this is already like I would be willing to take this if this was MB2, right? So we would have MB1 here. If this was MB2, I would be willing to take it because I'm getting straight into the impulse. But this is already MB3, so at least I need to see some kind of react. So good that I didn't take, honestly. Good that I didn't take. Cool. No reflection here. That's all right. So yeah, I saved up on some commissions. Zero point 0.4 saved, but that's not a good argument. I'm just joking around. Anyway, coming in, we have Friday, and on Friday, me go down here. On Friday, I have a JPN225 trade, so let's check it out. We already know, so let's check out the context real quick. What happened? This is a breakout day, definitely a good day to start following. I take these screenshots first thing in the morning when I start trading. So this is the actual situation of the market when I start my session, right? So this definitely looks very bullish. So here I am on the 60 minutes, right? Um, all right, yeah, sorry about that. Here I am on the 60-minute. Hello, give me the pen, thank you. And we have a strong breakout out of a stage one. This was some kind of spring over here, and a huge strong reaction. So this looks very good to follow. Here I am on the 6 minute. We have a super strong breakout that starts pulling back, right? So let's check it on the 1 minute. Super strong stage two starts pulling back. I can draw some kind of diagonal here. I don't know where from, but like the purpose of the diagonal is to capture the rate of the wave selling down, right? So after it breaks out, it means that the selling has pretty much diminished. And on top of that, I also have a horizontal, which signifies some kind of sell wall, some kind of horizontal or whatever. It's like a level where sells start raining. So like here, 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 and then it finally breaks out, giving me the signal that it wants to go higher. So here it breaks out and it pulls back. Now I check on the 10-second if there are any lows liquidated, and there most definitely are right here. So the rule is met, and this is, in my opinion, a perfect trade. One thing that is a little bit weird is this entire 6 minute. This looks a little almost too strong, I think, but I don't really have a trade around that. I don't have a refinement like that, so I just ended up taking this trade no matter what. I mean, this is a very nice reaccumulation, and this looks like there's clear skies ahead, right? So why wouldn't I take it? So let's see what I wrote here. Got giga slipped on this. Ah, yes, I do remember. So here you see the entry was supposed to be right above this candle, right? The buy stop. So I account for spread. That's where the long tool is, but it actually almost doubles my spread. Insane slippage. It's a bit silly, honestly. I don't think this should be happening, but it is what it is. That's the game we play as traders. So yeah, got really slipped. Here, as it goes higher, I reduce risk to the intended entry, so I still have quite a bit of R running here. But here, I look at the 10-second, right, and the moment it breaks into a new high after a pullback, that's when I can reduce risk completely. And here, it might not look like it, but there's a few ticks where it went higher. A few ticks, so I was valid to reduce risk completely, and that allows me to get a break even. And this actually, I believe, ends up failing completely. So it's not like it prevented me from holding on to a win or anything. And even if it did, what matters is that rules were followed. That's the most important thing. So this was a very good trade in my book, and yeah, I'm happy with it. That was perfect. Okay. All right, and that is it for the week. Nice. So let me put this over here. Let me prepare the next week, I guess. Um, okay, week 7. All right, and let's go over what went well, what went bad, and see what was overall going on. So what went well? What went well was that I stick to rules super well this week. I'm kind of proud of myself. Followed rules. Nice. What else went well? Again, getting used to the new rules of horizontal and diagonal rules. That was really nice. Mm, yep, that was good. And I was very patient. Very, very patient. Only traded when something was actually setting up, when something met all of my rules, all the way from the weekly to the fucking 10-second. Okay, everything was lined up. So that was beautiful, in my opinion. Very happy about that. What went bad? There was a couple of things that I did not like too much. So, let me see. So here, I'm actually supposed to say that this was a mistake, but I didn't take it, so that's good. So here, this was a no reaccumulation on the 10-second. So it looked like I almost wanted to trade this. Uh, almost traded. Mm, no, almost took a trade that didn't meet micro rules. All right, boom. Let's put that in here. And I think there was one more thing. Was it the other Bitcoin trade? Ah, yeah, this one. Yes, this one. I was actually supposed to take this. Yep, I was supposed to take this. And I think I even write that here, right? Let me go to analysis here and let's see the trades. Let's see these trades. Should have taken, right? Is it this trade? I think it's this trade. Yes, yes, yes. And what went bad? Should have taken this trade. Boom. Let's put that in here as well. Okay, there we go. Make this a little bit smaller just to fit it in here. Okay, nice, nice. So let's write down the results. So trades taken. I'm up plus 4.4. And had I traded perfectly, I would be up plus 4.2. Because I would have taken one additional trade that would end up being a break even, so 0.2 R for commissions. So overall, really, really nice week. I actually love this week. If I continue trading like this, I'm gonna be super, super happy with myself. And it's all about really creating rules that are simple to follow and that give you a very clear signal whether something should be traded or not. And these horizontal and diagonal rules filter out so much stuff for me that makes it super easy. And I don't require as much discretion where I'm trading somewhere below here and I'm like, should I take this? Should I not take this? The FOMO and blah, blah, blah. No, it's very clear. I need to be able to draw a diagonal in the first place, which means I need a very specific type of pullback. I need to be able to draw a horizontal as well, which means I need a specific type of pullback where we have the initial sell-off that gets absorbed and slows down and starts going sideways, creates some kind of sideways market, and then it breaks out, right? That's when I start being interested. And over here, as there is a candle close breakout, I go into lower time frames and I look into these pullbacks and I look to trade those, right? With the same rules fractally. Everything is fractal within the pullbacks, and that's when I get into the trades. And it's very clean, it's very methodical, and I love it. I think these rules are amazing, and I'm super happy for them. So there is one thing to be said. Maybe there are certain trades that it filters out that would have been winners, and that's okay. I need to be able to see the market run without me. And at that given point, it might feel a little bit bad, and I might start questioning my rules and whatnot. But what I need to realize is that in the overall sum of all the trades that are filtered out, this rule is positive EV, very positive EV in my opinion. So just because I miss one trade, let's not forget that I also miss out on a shitload of losses. All right. So yeah, that's just that. Um, Anything else I would say here? Probably not. So the mistakes here, there was just one mistake I would say, and that is that I didn't take this trade. Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, that's it for the week. I'm very happy, and let's see what next week brings us. Some markets look kind of ready, and I'm excited. Okay, how long is this video? 25 minutes. Peace out.